Thank you for joining with my class in this course of cooperative. Today we'll talk about or we'll study about the ethic, governance, and CSR of cooperative. In this lecture, examine the interrelationship between ethic, governance structures, and corporate social responsibility or CSR within cooperative organizations. Unlike investor-owned firm, cooperative are found on democratic participations, share ownership, and collective benefit. Therefore, ethical considerations are not pure but structurally embedded in their governance model. Understanding this relationship is essential for analyzing how corporate balance economic objective with social obligations. And for the ethic manner by which one try to live on life according to standard of right or wrong behavior. In ethics refers to systematic reflections on moral principles that guide human conduct. It concerns standard of right and wrong, justice and fairness, and the responsibilities individual own to the others. In business context, ethic influence decision-making process, stakeholder relationship, and organizational culture, ethical standard, and shaped by belief system, culture norms, social institutions, and value frameworks. When the conflict arises between competing value, ethical reasoning becomes crucial. For the ethic, the values of this conflict impact of value system on individuals can be seen in the extent to which their daily life are influenced by those values. In ethical theory, we see there are three dominant ethical theory provide framework for moral evaluations. Virtue ethics emphasize moral character and the cultivations of virtue, such as integrity, courage, and prudence. For the utilitarianism, evaluate actions based on consequence, particularly the maximizations of overall well-being. Universe ethic, as we see, often associated with Kantian deontologies, focus on adherence to universe moral duties regardless outcomes. Each theory overall distinct analytical lens for assessing cooperative decisions makings and ethical dilemmas. The unethical dilemma cure when individuals must choose between competing moral values with no options, being entirely free from moral cause. Such dilemma require and balancing principles such as fairness, loyalty, justice, and collective benefit. In cooperative setting, ethical dilemmas may arise when member interests conflict with community responsibilities or finance sustainability. And we talk about the CSR or corporate social responsibilities. In corporate social responsibility extends the beyond legal compliance and profit generations. It represents a commitment to ensuring that business operations contribute to positively to society and minimize we call as minimize harm, CSR, encompass economic responsibility, legal accountability, ethical conduct, and voluntary philanthropic engagement in cooperative. CSR often align naturally with institutions' values. And the approach to CSR as an instrument approach to CSR, view social engagement as a strategic tool to enhance profitability and shareholder value. By contrast, the social contract approach hold that corporations drive legitimacy from society and therefore own broader responsibilities. Cooperatives tend to embody the social contract perspective as their existence is grounded in mutual benefit and communal welfare. And as we see in the business argument for doing well by doing good, the concept of doing well by doing good suggests that finance performs that social responsibility are not mutually exclusive. Sustainable firm integrate stakeholder interest into strategic planning for cooperative, aligning ethical value with economic objective, reinforce trust and legitimacy. And for the triple bottom line framework, expand performs evaluations to include economic viability, social incursion, and environment stewardship. This multidimensional assessment reflects contemporary demand for sustainability and transparent accountabilities. For the as we see, the provide social environment upload alongside primary bottom line finance performs. There are three elements, yeah. Three bottom line: profit, people, and planet. Profit is the finance aspect, remains the companies to priority to ensure business continue, and for the people, company must be mindful of their social impact on employees, consumer, communities, and all other stakeholders. And for planet, companies are also responsible for the environment impact, including the carbon footprint, use of natural resource and waste. For the business ethic in cooperative ethicals decisions making, inherently participatory member collectively determine organizations' directions, encouraging accountability and inclusivity. The participative governance structures strengthen more moral legitimacy. As ethical decisions making, shared values and goals, and collaborative governance. In business ethic in cooperative, trust and transparency and fair distributions of benefit, conflict resolutions, continuous improvement. The ethical cooperative parties include equitable profit distributions, fair labor policy, and reinvestment in community development. Transparency and accountability are central to sustaining member trust. For there's a cooperative value and cooperative principles. Cooperative values such as self-help, democracy, equity, solidarity constitute and the normative foundations of cooperative identity. This value difference cooperative from capital center enterprise. This one is the cooperative value then and cooperative principles. So help and then voluntary and open membership for the principle of cooperative democratic member control, member economic participations, autonomy and independence, educations, training and informations, cooperations among the cooperative and concerns for community. That is the cooperative principle, and there's a value of the cooperative: self-help, self-responsibility, democracy, equality, equity, solidarities. And as we see, the seven cooperative principles, operational cooperative value, they are institutional democracy, governance, economic, participations, and autonomy, continuous educations, inter-cooperations, community concerns. In sample, equals exchange, green belt CO La Fageda, Suma Whole Foods. That's the real world cooperative example, illustrate how ethical governance translate into the practice, fair trade sourcing, sustainable productions, and inclusive employment represent apply ethical commitments. And unique of the characteristic of the cooperative governance, there are democratic participants, member-centric focus, multi-stakeholder engagement, that the cooperative governance differs from traditional corporate models by emphasizing democratic control rather than proportional capital ownerships. This reduce dominance by major investors and enhance participatory equalities. And then, as you see, in unique characteristic of cooperative governance is due to the members' center orientations. Cooperative often demonstrate the resilience during crisis. Their long-term perspective encourage stability and responsible risk management. And as we see in the stakeholder or responsibilities in cooperative, stakeholder responsibility is intrinsic rather than externally imposed. Ethical considerations are embedded within governance framework, operational strategies, and performance metrics. And as we see that the cooperative governance, CSR, cooperative governance align closely with CSR principles by institutionalizing member empowerment and community engagement. They strengthen organization accountabilities for the cooperative governance and CSR. The cooperative model integrate stakeholder interest into sustainable development strategies, aligning economic growth with social inquiry and environment sustainabilities. And as we see the several challenges in relations to CSR, Despite structure, strength, cooperative face governance challenge, including reconciling diverse member interests and operationalizing impact measurement methodologies. And as we see in here, several challenges in relations to CSR, commercial pressure, funding constraint, and contextual difference may threaten cooperative identity. Maintaining missions coherence require continuous ethical vigilance, and then we call as the sustainabilities. The sustainability is recognized as one of five pillars. There are five pillars that sustainability represent strategies, commitment to long-term economic, social, and environment balance. ESG framework provide measurable indicators of governance, integrity, and social responsibilities. And as we see for this one is the sustainability. There's ESG, CSR, and SDGs. And we can see the in ESG and CSR SDGs, that's the sustainabilities and commitments and performance metrics. This is very important to combine ESG, CSR, and SDGs. And then how to make long-term sustainabilities that for we call as the strategies to long terms. So this is the great sustainability, yes. And for the reference, the theoreticals, empiricals literature provide scholarly grounded for understanding ethical government and CSR, integration within cooperative enterprise. For the reference, I use Solihin Ismail, Gillier, Gozinovsky, and Lurie. This is my explanations about the ethic governance CSR and cooperative. I think enough for today. Thank you very much to join with my class. Thank you.